Hello, welcome to this Yin Yoga class that will feature two poses at the wall towards the end. So make sure that you have a wall, or you can even use a headboard. If you're practicing in a bedroom, you can lay down and do this in the back of your bed. You can also do this if you've got a nice couch on the back of the couch. You can use that back of the couch as a wall as well. So be where you need to be towards the end of the practice. In today's practice, as far as props go, you can bring in a couple blankets, maybe three. If you like a base blanket like I have, I'm also sitting on one. I've got an extra one back over here just in case. I've got two blocks here. That's for dragons, once we get to that in case you need it. And the bolster cushion, I just like this for the legs up the wall poses that we're going to be doing, but you don't have to have necessarily anything under the hips to help you with that. But if you do a sturdy cushion, pillows, you can even stack your blanket if you've got that to do the same thing as well. And then, of course, always practice with water near you because you never know when you might need it. So we're going to start with a nice seated opening here. And whatever that seat looks like for you is the one that I'm going to encourage that you do. And maybe just kind of move the shoulders around a little bit here. Maybe just get some neck rolls. And oop, there was a pop. Hopefully nobody heard that. Let's kind of take those little movements that make us feel just a little bit better and more comfortable. And then once you're here, you can close your eyes or keep your gaze forward but cast down. Take a few moments. As you begin to turn inward, notice if there's anywhere that you could soften just a little bit more in that body. So maybe through the jaw, the shoulders, the hips. And bringing that awareness to the breath. As you inhale through the nose, can you expand that rib cage? And as you exhale, maybe through the nose or the mouth, could you have a little bit more toning in that belly? Good. And with that breath, we're going to take this into a box breathing. We're going to do this 4 times. We're going to inhale, hold, exhale, and hold for a count of 4. If you know that a count of 4 doesn't work for you, do the number that it does. And if you feel lightheaded or getting short of breath, like I got to breathe now, I got to breathe now, then honor where you are and take that breath and come back into it when you're ready. So from here, taking a big exhale to prepare. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Return your normal breath. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Let's take it up. Palms together. Exhale. Hands in heart center. Creating an intention for your practice. What would you like to give or receive? You can also dedicate this practice to someone or something. Once you're ready, we'll gently release. Good. get any little movement here that might feel good to you. Again, I'm just going to kind of move the shoulders back a little bit and then the opposite direction. And then I think maybe a side bend and a gentle twist would help us here. So let's take a big inhale and reach, gentle rotation to the left, taking the arms down, rolling shoulders back, maybe looking behind you, twisting from that length. And then we'll come up, good, gently moving through center, taking that to the other side, and finding your length, rolling the shoulders back as you look behind. And then coming up and coming back to center. Good. Let's take a big inhale and reach. Exhale, nice side bend towards the left. Reaching over. Good. You can bend this bottom arm. Keep that top arm nice and long. It'll give you a deeper connection down that side body. Also notice if you have a tendency to collapse forward. And if you do, can you open that chest up? And we'll take that to the other side, moving through center and over and reach. Breathing. And when ready, and we'll come all the way back up. Good. Let's take this into a child pose to start. Now, my knees are a little sensitive at the moment, so I'm gonna cushion them a little bit with another blanket. I'm just gonna undo the one that I was sitting on here so they get some extra cushion. And you can always bring something in here. So if you wanted to bring in a bolster, I'm gonna show you. Thankfully, that did not spill. I'm gonna show you a couple ways you can do this one with a prop. So you can take a bolster or a stack of blankets here and just take the knees and just kind of be supported here, with knees out to the side if you'd like. You can also, if you want something a little bit more active, you could even take your blocks or a couple folded blankets and take them kind of at an angle here, and then your arms can just kind of rest on top and then just kind of come through. So find what you need. And remember, these props in this first one here are optional. So if you don't need them or don't want them, you don't have to use them. So knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. You can make the big toes touch or not. I'm going to come into an extended side angle, taking my arms long in front of me. You can also come to a traditional, not an extended side angle, extended child pose, completely different. That's not a yin pose. Good, come here. Or traditional child's pose, you can be right here. So take it where you need to take it. We're going to be here for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And try not to go to your deepest right off the bat. Give your body some space to ease in. So about anywhere between 85 to 90% or so. And be a little active here, zipping up from the pubic bone behind the navel, breathing and expanding, returning to your intention. Inhale and exhale. Inhale gratitude. Exhale something no longer serving you. And then from here, gently take the hands under the shoulders, carefully come up. We're going to come onto our belly. We're just going to counter that for a moment here. And you can make a little pillow with the hands. Feel free to just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle through the hips. Staying here longer if you need. When you're ready, we're going to come up, hands under the shoulders, and press ourselves back. Okay. So we're going to come onto our backs now. We're going to just do a basic supine twist. I'll give a couple options here. And this is going to also be done for a couple minutes as well. So I'm just going to undo this initial blanket. Now, if you're someone that does like a little bit of a neck cushion, you can certainly use your blanket in this one to support your head and neck here. Okay. And then as you do this supine twist, there's a couple things you can do. You can take one of your blocks and a place between the knees or the shins here. That's going to keep them kind of even as you come over. You can also put a folded blanket in here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the block here. I'm just going to find it where you need to find it. Oh, my timer. Okay. And then once you're here, just rolling the shoulders back. Good. And I'm going to take the knees over to the left. Good. And I'm just going to rest there. Right shoulder grounded as I look to my right for 2 minutes. Breathing and expanding. Now, if you're using a prop between the legs, remember you can lose that prop at any time that is no longer working for you. Keep that core connection here. And return to that intention. And I usually go to gratitude more often than not. I'm grateful for so many things. Try to expand that rib cage as best as you can. Allow it to sink in. And then from here, you need to undo your prop and take one leg at a time back to center. You can do that. You can always use your abdominals to bring everything back as well. Good. Move a few things. Good. And once we're ready, good, getting reset, I'm going to take everything over to my right, trying to keep my left shoulder grounded, looking to the left, breathing and expanding. Eyes can be open or closed. It's more reconnecting with breath, reconnecting with your intention. Always knowing you have the ability, permission to come out of something no longer serving you. Ready? Good. Head will come back to center. So one leg at a time, we're using your abdominals to bring everything back in. And remove any props if you used one, bringing the knees into the chest. Good, grabbing behind them and a gentle tug, a little bit of a low back stretch. And then while we're here for a moment, just roll those ankles and those feet around in one direction. And then let's take them in the other. And then from here, going over to your right or left side, carefully press yourself up. Take your time to get up there. And then once you're ready, we're going to set up for dragon. Dragon. Since we're going to do one on each side, we're doing more than one. So my knees, again, are a little creaky. So I'm going to use my blanket to give them a little bit of extra support. And you don't have to use blocks in dragons. I just like them because I never know when I might need them. And with that added support, it allows me a lot of times to get a little bit deeper into the pose if I would like to. So never be afraid to experiment with your props. So we're going to do this 3 minutes on each side. And I'm going to start by taking my right foot forward. Good. And you want it to be far enough forward to where that when you come in here, just like this heel is going to be on the floor. Heel is on the floor. It doesn't lift up like this or anything, on the floor. Okay. And then once you come in, good, you're going to kind of choose where you go here. So for some people, this is enough of a dragon for them. Others, maybe you take both hands on the inside of that foot. Maybe you take your leg out a little bit wider. Maybe you turn it out. Maybe you roll to the edge. So finding different places where you need to be, and maybe you just start where I'm going to start here, both hands on my block on the inside, lengthening here. And then I will progress into some of those as we go on. And your block can be any height as needed for your body. Good. So you want to zip up here. Belly button is always in. Again, coming back to your intention, and always know that you can back off a little bit and come back into something as needed. So try not to come into your maximum position right off the bat. Give your body space to ease in. And you can always take forearms onto your blocks or to the floor as well, once you feel like you're opened up a little bit more here. Just be mindful if you're taking forearms, you're not hanging down in here. You want to be nice and long and strong. Maybe ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? What am I grateful for today? Belly's in nice and tight. Good. So I went down on forearms. I'm going to come back up to my hands. Good. I'm going to bring my right leg back in. Good. And then I'm going to shift back. I'm just going to find a little bit of a half split here, just to kind of counter a little bit what we just did. Now you can bring blocks in here underneath your hands if you need that. Here, I'm going to bring that in. Good. And then coming back up, maybe just a little bit of a twisty to each side. And we're going to take that to the other side now. So just going to get my blocks here at the ready. So again, now it's going to be the left leg that steps forward. Left leg steps forward, step it all the way forward so that heel is on the floor. Just like that. Good. And then you can come in and maybe this is it. Maybe this is all you do, or maybe you start to follow me. I don't guarantee I will do this side exactly like I did on the other side, but I will start off the same and see where I go from there. So again, we're zipping up from the pubic bone to behind the navel. If you're not sure what that is, consider it to be like you're getting a tight pair of jeans out of the dryer and you kind of zip everything up and in order to get everything zipped and buttoned. Always reconnect with your breath. If you find yourself in a place where you can't breathe very well or keep up with that breath, then it's time to come out. Likewise, any pain, numbness, tingling, burning, not normal sensations, you want to come out of there if you experience those as well. And maybe you chose to go a little bit deeper and now you need to back off a little bit for the remainder. Maybe you chose to start a little bit easier, less intense, like I did, and now you want to go a little bit deeper there if appropriate. So your body's your best teacher, it's your best guide. Listen to it. Big breaths, always return the breath. And so carefully come out. Again, you can bring your blocks in here if you need them as you want to stretch for a moment. Finding the length. Carefully coming out of there. Maybe coming back onto the knees and just gently rocking side to side. So we're going to come onto our back here. We're going to come back onto the back and we're going to do a knee to chest, a knee to chest. So I won't be needing my gloves for this time. I'm just going to take them back out. Since my head is at this end, I'm just going to bring this here. I'm going to refold this blanket and put it to the side. And drink of water. Okay. So from here, these are going to be 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Mhm. So once you come down and you can support the head and the neck here as needed, is I'm going to take my left leg long here. And I'm going to bring my right knee in. Now I'm just going to kind of hold here. I'm going to gently pull in during those 2 minutes. I just want to start right here. So you want to be able to pull it in at least enough to where your upper body can be on the floor and not starting from up here. Okay? So breathing. Have you really reached to that other side? Returning to the intention. You can let that foot and shin just kind of relax down there. As you gradually start to bring the knee in just a little bit closer, be mindful of where you are. The upper body stays grounded. Try to do the extra tugging or going a little bit deeper if you want to look at it that way on your out breath. Pulling the knee in towards the shoulder versus the chest as another option, if that's a better option for your body or something you just want to play with. Turn to intention. And then once you're ready, get gently released. Let that leg come nice and long. Maybe pat something out if you need to. We'll take that to the other side. So from here, just starting right here. Breathing. Maybe asking, what could I open my heart to today? Is that a different idea? Learning a new fact, a new skill? Be open-hearted to just listening to somebody tell you their story. Breathing, returning to breath. And once you're ready, gently let that leg come forward, taking it long, reaching. And if it would feel good to you right here to have a full body stretch, go ahead and take it. So we're going to prepare now to do our final two poses at the wall, at the wall. So carefully roll over to one side and bring yourself up. Good. Now, once I'm here, I'm going to put this blanket to the side because I'm going to use it as a little bit of a neck pillow. Most likely, may or may not, but most likely. So I'm just going to have that there in case you need it. Good. And I'm going to use my bolster cushion. And so you don't want your cushion or whatever it is that you're using to be too close to the wall. So I've got about a hand and a half to 2 hands length from my cushion to the wall. And of course, getting up on it is always the trickiest part. And I'm going to say the way that's easiest and best for you to do this is the way that I'm going to recommend. So everybody does things different. Some people get really close to the wall and then put their prop under there. I like to have my bolster a little bit more there before I do so. Good. And then feel free to adjust your cushion, whatever it is that you need according to your needs. Good. Now, you don't want your legs to be completely vertical here. You just want that downward flow. But I am actually going to move just a teeny bit closer. Good. Now, on this first one, we're going to take the legs out to the side here. And I want you to be in a place where your elbows are on the floor and you can somewhat support the side of your legs here to keep them from going too wide too soon. And then again, as you open up, you can release that and let them go where they need to go. But this is where we're going to be here. We're going to be here for about 3 minutes. And I'm just kind of got my elbows on the floor. I'm supporting my thighs and breathing. I think I will take this. And you may discover that your body wants to relax into this pretty quickly. And that's okay as long as you've got some support. Make sure that you don't want to come too wide too soon. And you can keep a bend in the knees here as well. And then as always, you can come out when it's no longer serving you. An alternative to this position at the wall is a seated version of a wide-legged forward fold. Returning the breath, returning to intention. You can always back off and get back into it as needed. And then from here, when you're ready, that I recommend wherever you are, just do a gentle bend gentle bends, and then carefully walking the feet and the legs back to center. And just take a moment here with bent knees. And when you're ready, good. So again, for Shavasana, I'm just going to do a more traditional legs up the wall. So now my feet are facing more of the ceiling, and you're welcome to do that. You can always come off the wall and be on your back with any kind of props or support that you would like. So I'm going to grab my other blanket here and place it right across my chest and low belly. This gives me a little bit of a lightweight, a little bit more grounding here, but always an option, never a requirement. Now, we're going to be here for 5 minutes, and so you'll hear the timer come off. We'll come out of this very slow. You never want to just jerk out of the Shavasana that you've been in for a while, but I want to make sure that we are here long enough to get the benefits of legs up the wall. Good. We're going to keep a little micro bend in the knees here just so that they're not locked out. Taking big breath. Come back to that box breathing. 4, 7, 8 breath. Inhaling for 4, holding for 7, releasing for 8. Inhale for 4 and exhale with 8. Let's find the pattern that's appropriate to your body right now. Okay, now let you sink in your practice. Trust the release. And gently take some deep breaths. If you are still with me, legs up the wall, just bend the knees a little bit till the feet are flat. And if you used an extra blanket or something across the belly, you can carefully remove that. And if you had something under your head or neck, you can carefully remove that. And then once here, gently take head and neck from side to side. And gently bring the knees into the chest just for a moment, maybe rolling the ankles around in one direction, then in the other. And then from here, I'm going to roll over to one side. And as I do that, I'm just going to make sure that I come off any existing props. And I'm just going to kind of make a little pillow here with my arm for a moment. Breathing. Maybe opening the eyes. And then when you feel okay, you can carefully press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Maybe the same one we started with, maybe a different one. Noticing how you feel. Big inhale and reach. Palms up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Coming back to that intention you made for yourself one final time. And then take the thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts. The lips for good and kind words. And to the heart for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, week, month, season ahead. If you liked this class, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Namaste.